Grandfather, I have another question for you. Jimmy, what did I tell you about interrupting grandfather while he's watching funny videos on YouTube.com? But what's your question? Who are the Illuminate?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Jimmy, never ask an old man about the Illuminate. It brings up very bad memories. But since you're my grandson, I'll tell you.
Oh, goody! Story time with grandfather again.
The Illuminate are far older than me, if you can believe it. Actually, they're far older than humanity itself. Some say they were the first intelligent civilization to emerge in the universe. Some even say that many of the UFO sightings throughout human history were actually the Illuminate coming to see how we were progressing. Bridge, I'm seeing something weird up here.
What is it, Lightning 2? Do you require backup?
I don't think so. It looks like some blue dude riding a hoverboard at nearly Mach 2.
Lightning 2, please investigate as closely as you deem safe.
Oh, wow. He just did a kickflip. I've seen all I need to see. He's chill as hell. It's said that the Illuminate were watching the humans because they saw the potential in their society, and as soon as they became a spacefaring species, they wanted to interact with them to help better the universe and work to create a better future for... You could guess about how well that went once they met the humans. Hello, human. We are the Illuminate. We have been keeping an eye on you for centuries, and we see the potential of your society. Hey, Jerry, get over here. There's some weird blue dude talking to me. Oh, that's all you needed to say. I know what we gotta do. We gotta hit him with a baseball bat. Wait, Jerry. What if they're friendly? You've been watching too many romance movies on the space TV. I'm gonna hit him with a baseball bat right now. Oh God, oh dear, oh omnipotent one, please stop hitting me with this bat of the baseball. This little incident with the baseball bat to the face of the Illuminate envoy is actually what started the First Galactic War and the events of Helldivers 1. Don't fact check me on that at all, please. Throughout the First Galactic War, the Helldivers fought a long and grueling campaign against a technologically advanced enemy in the Illuminate. But through sheer will and the power of managed democracy, humanity came out on top and was able to mostly disarm the Illuminate and push them back to their corner of the galaxy. Grandfather, this history lesson has been fascinating, but could you please explain in great detail all the different features of the Illuminate troopers? Jimmy, why are you always so specific with your questions? It's almost like someone is giving you a script to push me towards talking about specific plot points. Almost like someone is crafting every word we say. But yes, of course, Jimmy, I can. Grandfather, you're starting to scare me with all your weird fourth wall breaking. I think you need to go see a doctor. But yay, more Illuminate! So in Helldivers 1 of Illuminate, there's a couple common enemies you run into. The first one being the Apprentice. This is just your regular Joe Illuminate. For the Illuminate, I guess a regular, Joe. This one here generally resembles a human. 2 arms, 2 legs, and a big old staff they would run around and bonk you with. They just love to run up and clobber you with that staff, which... Is this actually just Wukong from League of Legends? No, that's stupid. But not only that, they also shot this spooky purple goo at you, which somehow slowed you down as you ran. Now, it states here that this purple goo, even though it comes out of thin air, is actually nanobots. That's right, even the basic Illuminate had the ability to control nanobots. They are that technologically advanced. And the other common enemy you run into was an absolute pain to deal with. Oh my god. The Sniper. It was the Sniper. If you played Helldivers 1, this thing lives in your nightmares, because were they that strong? No, you could shoot him pretty easily. But that sniper shot would kill you in one shot. And if you didn't play Helldivers 1, it actually had a mechanic where you would go down. You wouldn't just immediately turn into little bits like in Helldivers 2. You would go down and you could pick yourself up. Sniper, you get hit with that, nope, you're done. But the interesting thing about the snipers here, if you watch them while they're doing that little sniper thing, they don't have a gun. They're just kind of waving their hands and then suddenly magic flies out and then you're dead. But is this more nanobots? More likely than not. They're likely throwing a condensed swarm of nanobots straight at you just to blow you up. Very scary, but very technologically advanced if I do say so myself. And I guess since I gave the Illuminate Apprentice a name, I'm going to give this guy a name too. This is Jeffrey! But if you thought that these basic guys were the scouts for the Illuminate, oh, are you wrong. They have something creepier. They have these weird little eyeball things that would float around and just stare at you. But they aren't just checking you out. They are a little bit. But they're actually calling in your location for reinforcements. They would make a little noise, pop up, and boom, reinforcements. On the easy difficulties, not terrible to deal with, an annoyance, but harder difficulties, buckle in, because there's a lot of things coming to get you. They're sending in the big guns. Oh, and I guess we'll need this eyeball. But those little eyeballs there could summon something far worse at higher difficulties. The Striders. This one here I'm gonna name Frank. This is a giant walking robot that would shoot lightning out of its nose like a cursed version of Dumbo. They walked slow, and they were tanky, but they were even tankier because they had shields. These shields worked pretty similar to our current Helldivers 2 shield backpack, except they could take quite a few more shots before they went down. One of these, not terrible to deal with. 5 of them coming out at once, this is quite a task to take out. And I mentioned earlier that the Illuminate had a hierarchical society based on deeds they've done, and you get rewarded with better technology. We're going to start working our way up that ladder here. Now we have the Illuminate Illusionist. I'm going to say this is an Illuminate who's proved them themselves. They show off the great deeds they've done. They've earned this technology. Because they get a giant floating chair, and they look like the people from WALL-E now. Now, they have the WALL-E chair, but these guys are far more terrifying than the residents of the WALL-E spaceship, because they could instill an immense amount of fear in even the most seasoned Helldiver. Now, how did they do this? It's not explained at all, so I'm just going to say nanobots, because nanobots are the answer to everything this episode, apparently. Because they would just hit you with a little beam of something, and then boom, your controls are reversed. That's right, they fear you into just walking the wrong direction. You want to go right, you're going left. Ooh, were you trying to type in a stratagem there? Ooh, good luck hitting the right keys. They're all reversed now. Oh, okay, you're going to try to shoot the Illuminate and just aim in that direction? Ha! Your aiming's reversed too. You might have just bonked your friend with a railgun round. Whoopsie! Oh, and did I mention they get shields too? So you can't aim at them properly, and they have a shield in case somebody is aiming at them properly. Absolutely horrifying. This is basically still the people from WALL-E in the floaty chair, except if you gave them a shield and ripped the turret off a tank and just let them hold it. Very horrifying to deal with. Wait, almost forgot the name for this one. It's Fneeblip. So now you just be sitting to yourself, what the hell does that mean? So you must be sitting there thinking to yourself, well, that's gotta be the worst one. This has gotta be the worst Illuminate you had to deal with in Helldivers 1. Ha! You're wrong. There was something worse. Imagine the Illusionist, but if you gave it 19 Red Bulls and let it float around the battlefield. That's right, these were called the council members. This was the captain from the WALL-E ship. This here was awful, because they got all the same abilities as Illusionists, the confuse the controls, the shield, yada yada, all that. Except the council members, they stole the lightning attack from the Striders. And just to make it worse, they could teleport. That's right. If everything else goes exactly perfectly for you, you're aiming at them, you can actually shoot them, boop, they just teleport out of the way of your bullets. Truly horrifying to deal with. The absolute worst thing you could deal with from the This is not the worst thing you can deal with from the Illuminate. Oh, God. Wait, gotta name it. This one is named, the worst thing the Illuminate had. Their most dangerous weapon. It was devastating. The Illuminate Eye. And not the little one. They had a giant one. They had a giant one that would shoot lasers at you. This thing here was essentially meant to be a raid boss, either at the end of the mission or it was the whole mission for all of your teammates to fight. It just shot lasers all over the place. It had insane health. They actually gave it a health bar for you to look at. A health bar. That's how you know it has a lot of health. This thing here was the worst, and I hope we never see them again because, man, I don't want to have this broken line like Bile Titans where there's like 10 of them. But this eyeball here needs a powerful name. We're going to give it a very powerful name. This eyeball is named Jessica. Grandfather, the Illuminate's not horrifying. They aren't going to come back to fight us, right? Well, Jimmy, I wish I could tell you the truth. Wait, I am telling you the truth. The Illuminate were beaten into submission 100 years ago, but they were not destroyed. They're still around. You mean they can come back? Yes, Jimmy. Yes, I do. But for your sake, I hope that they never do. Oh, that rhymed. Well, Grandpa Democracy, I have horrible news for you. There have been some game files that were dug up that are possible Illuminate coming up in the future for us, and they look horrifying. So if you want to run into these fresh, you don't want to see spoilers for Illuminate, thanks for watching the video thus far. I'm okay if you click off. Don't check out these Illuminate, but if you want a treat, if you want to see the new Illuminate that are coming up, feel free to watch longer. And the second half of this video here, do I have a treat for you indeed? To go along with these leaked images, there is a phenomenally talented 3D render artist on Reddit that's been making some Helldivers content, and they took one look at these images and said, ooh, I got some for that. Ironsights. Ironsights here made some fantastic images I'm going to put up alongside, and you better go check out their content. I got links down below, so I better see you clicking on those. But please finish the video first. Go click on those at the end. All right, getting into it. So our first one I got up on the list here is going to look pretty darn similar to the illusionist I mentioned earlier, because it looks almost exactly the same. It's got the floating chair, it's got the arms, it's just sitting there. I bet you this thing has a shield again. I bet you this thing still has the confusion powers, so get ready to, you know, get hit with a blast of, oops, I typed in the wrong stratagem. Sorry about that, boys. So next up, we've got a model here that doesn't really look like anything that was in Helldivers 1, so we'll have to kind of speculate what this is. Ironsights here has made a beautiful render and said this is the Summoner. And I'm no expert, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say the Summoner might summon things. What it'll summon? I don't know, probably weaker enemies or something. It'll probably be like the eyeballs and bring up enemies to come fight you. But this thing here will be interesting to deal with. I bet it's not gonna be all that tanky itself, but it's gonna have swarms of enemies around it. And taking a little speculation to how this guy might work in the Society of the Illuminate, you'll start seeing with these here that this Illuminate, they've gone kind of away from technology and more towards like their weird spiritual astral powers they have. They've got a lot more robes and fancy imagery. They have powers that even the nanobots can't explain, and they're just like doing weird magic and rituals. It seems like the Illuminate may have started worshiping some sort of god that is giving them these powers, and they're using their technology to now supplement those faith powers. Very interesting stuff going on here. And continuing on with that idea of they seem to be more faith-based now. This here is supposedly called the Elder. And look at those fancy robes. This thing does look like an Elder. It looks like it maybe kind of leads these rituals and ceremonies, and I'm gonna guess has some incredibly powerful magic powers that's going to shoot at you. So watch out for these. They might, I don't know, pick you up and throw you off a cliff or something, but they're gonna be strong. And moving in the completely different direction from the Elder here, we have got this guy, which we don't know much about, but man, it is horrifying to look at. Beautifully made, beautiful render, but this thing is horrifying. I don't know what this thing is gonna do, because I can't quite tell the scale on it. If I had to take a guess, I'm gonna say it's big. It feels big and mean like Hulk or something. But there's a chance it could be small and like skitter at you. I think if it's big, it's probably gonna come out of the ground near you and try to smack you. If it's small, there's gonna be swarms of these things coming at you. Maybe the Summoner summons up. They kind of seem like the Illuminate have started doing some sort of like body modification, maybe? Some kind of body horror stuff, and they're just piecing things together, putting tentacles and horns on things. I don't know, but this seems like an experiment gone wrong, and it is here to steal your legs, so keep an eye on those. Alright, here's one that's going to look very familiar to a Helldivers 1 enemy again. The floating eyeball that summons things. That's right, it's back. This was pretty straightforward. I guarantee it does the exact same feature. It stares at you, it summons enemies. Both other factions have something that summons more enemies. You've got the bot drops, the bug breaches. This thing here is going to summon an Illuminate conglomerate or something like that. I don't know what they'll call it. So to round out our list here, we've got something that's reminiscent of the Helldivers 1 enemy, the Strider. Looks pretty similar, it's got the 3 legs again, but looks far more horrifying and way bigger. The Helldivers 1 Strider felt like maybe, roughly twice the size of a human. It's not insane. This one here, no, this thing's Biotitan sized. It's gotta be. And considering the light up face, I'm gonna guess it gets the lightning attack back from Helldivers 1 that the Striders had, because you know what? We've got lightning guns. No enemy has shot lightning at us yet. This thing here, this definitely shoots lightning. And who knows, maybe it gets the shield again too. Hope not though, that would be awful. So after looking at all these new Illuminate, they feel much more grotesque than before, more tentacles hanging off them, scary things. They feel like Illuminate that have gotten desperate to fight back humanity. They used to be a nice clean civilization, they were all focused on tech, and now it seems like they've turned to worshipping maybe even a dark god, because a lot of these things seem kind of evil. They seem a little bit corrupted. Like if you just look at this walker again, it just looks so more tarnished than the original walkers from Helldivers 1. I think that these Illuminate here have looked for new powers, and they've gone to the dark side just to beat back humanity. And I guarantee, I don't know when we're getting it. I don't know when it's happening. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's at the end of the year. The Illuminate are coming to Helldivers 2. They'll be here, and they will be terrifying to deal with, but also pretty fun to fight, let's be real. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love if you consider hitting that like button down below. Is it? Ooh, I wonder when the new season of Yellowstone's on. But I'd love if you hit that like button down below. Consider subscribing if you're looking to see more content like this, because that's really the best way to support my channel. And speaking of supporting channels, you better go check out Ironsights, because they were incredibly gracious and let me use some of the images for this video, and they make amazing stuff. So links down in the description. Go check out Ironsights, and I don't know, drink some water today, maybe have a little snack. You do you. All right, goodbye. What do you mean I have to wait till November to watch the new season of Yellowstone? Oh my god.